And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 337. So I hope you guys had a great day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we will have one topic for you guys tonight. And that will be on George Lucas is over Star Wars. And our featured guest tonight will be DK Bones. It's been a long time in the making for him to come on the show because obviously he's, 3 hours ahead EST, and he works just like literally like almost 80 hours plus a week. So getting this guy scheduled and on the show was just, goddamn, it was just a roller coaster. I thought it was just going to be just like my dad, right? He was going to come by a few times and then just leave me. He just would leave for some Marlboro cigarettes or some Skittles, obviously. I like tropical Skittles and wild berry Skittles more than the regular ones, but that's just me personally. Also, sorry we started a little bit late tonight. I went to my ex's house to do something. I totally forgot why I even went there. And then I ended up basically getting back late because they wanted me to help them fill up their water jugs. And I never did that before. I was like, how the fuck do you fill these things up? She was like, oh, you just put the money in. You just put the bottle in. And he just fills up. I was like, oh, okay. So, yep, I was going to leave and not helping them put them in the back of their trunk. But she was like, what are you going? And I was like, okay, going back. A real G should have just left. But, I have manners and I have, I'm a person where I just always take care of the ladies. That's how it works around here.
Sure. Yes. I totally believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I've had some weird female adventures these past couple of days. A random black girl decided that she knew me, and I was like, who are you? And when people say they know me, I'll be honest with most people, unless you make a severe impact on my life, I'm going to forget you. Or unless you have some sort of a memorable face. Like you guys are going to Walmart, like you're on your area or like the big stores, you'll see someone you've known for like most of your life and they'll say they knew you, but it's like, no, you know of me. I don't even know nothing past your name. I probably know. It's like, what the fuck?
You don't have to know them for them to know you. In this,
yeah. Like that.
I mean, it's not outside of the realm of possibility that you did something for her to know you.
It was literally the fact that she knew my younger brother, and I was like, okay. She was like, you guys aren't close as much. Well, guys, that's how life goes. People just not drift apart in a bad way. It's just, people got their own shit you got to do. It's never like a bad thing had to happen. It's just, hey, bills got to get paid. You know what, guys? Light bills don't care for how much people No, light bills got to get paid, and they won't get paid on time, or your shit gets shut off. That's how it works, So. We have our one topic in a little bit here. I know Warren's got to head out by 9 p.m. PST, but this show's only going to be like an hour and 20 some odd minutes anyway, because my ex and her sister want to go to the gym later on. They want to get stretched out by Big Daddy, which is me, actually. They're trying to get fucking blown out tonight. No? No. Also, if you guys are wondering where Grey Poupée is actually at a show or concert tonight. So he took Monday off, and I was like, dude, I don't give days off here. We are here. I am here every day of the month, 7 days a week.
Well, some people have like a life and stuff.
I never agreed to that in the contract.
You must see, that's why we take the day without asking.
Right. No, there's this. Remember that line in the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, which is, I think, one of the best lines ever. That part after that guy wouldn't pay him the money. He was like, I missed the part where that's my problem. That might be the best line ever uttered in a superhero movie. Because that line is so relatable. You have people that will walk up to you and just be telling you their whole life story. And I'm just like, the fuck that got to do with me? Like when Big Worm said to fucking...
that's the guy that kills his Uncle Ben. So if he would have done something and helped, then his Uncle Ben wouldn't have died. So it was his problem. It was like his motivation... for becoming a crime fighter.
Oh, but hey, you got retcon in Spider-Man 3 that wasn't really that guy that did it. It's like, oh, what a stupid retcon. That was the dumbest thing. That movie's not good. Hey, I hate it, man. But we'll do intros really quickly, and then we will get to the topic in a little bit here. So we'll start with Lunchbox Warren. How are you doing, man? How was your day?
Oh, my day was wonderful. I got a bunch of adult stuff done on my first day off in a while, so did laundry and did banking stuff and, the usual adulting things that you have to do every once in a while.
Hell yeah. You gotta, so many Baby Yodas. Why? there's like 6 of them now. They're having kids.
Yeah, and I've got the first issue of my comic series, The Adventures of Sig and Joe, surrounded by varying sized Baby Yodas, even just a Baby Yoda head.
And a Ponchita. I know that. That's Chainsaw Man. I watched Chainsaw Man, subbed episode 1, thought it was the crappiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I didn't go back. I literally thought it was trash.
I'm gonna go watch the movie. I've heard they got a new director and a new art style, and the movie is being called one of the best animes of the year. So
I didn't stick with the show. Like episode 1, I get people say things get better after episode. I understand it, but it was horrible. It was bad. It was It was literally like My Hero Academia had a better episode 1 than that show did. It was like, dude was talking about his bowel movements. Bro was sitting here like cup checking dudes in the nuts. Like, what the fuck? That wasn't even like just typical Japanese humor. That was just stupid. Like, what dudes out here hitting people in the nuts and blood's coming out? Like, I was like, this is just it could just turn me off. It's all the guy was obsessed with his boobs. Like, really? He's just obsessed with boobs. There's nothing else.
Well, it's much more than that, but you got to watch the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh God, man! Just, yuck. Good Lord.
Wait. Are you saying yuck to boobs?
No, because that would be gay. It's more like, I don't know. The anime gave me like the ick. You know, like girls would say, "What's the red flag in a guy?" When they give me the ick, that anime gave me the ick.
I think you're just allergic to storytelling.
Right.
I think you start.
Right.
Anytime storytelling happens, you just start getting like adverse reactions to it.
And also, Gray's not going to be here this week because I gave him that ass whooping on Wednesday when we had
Oh, jeez, you're still going on about this. You did.
I accept W's. I accept W's. You know, I like to thank the Academy for this award. I like to thank my mom, my dad, my family for this award. No, I'm kidding. No, Gray's. We love Gray, but he'll be here on Wednesday. King Style. I don't know where he's at. I sent him the link. Maybe he's busy tonight. So, you know, hopefully he's doing okay out there. You know, because Connecticut is absolute garbage. That fucking state films the Jerry Springer show at one point, rest in peace, and the Maury Povich show, and Steve Wilkos. So you know that state ain't got no standards for shit they want to have go on in there. So,
but it was entertaining.
I love the Steve Wilkos show.
I'll bet though. The shows were all entertaining. They all had value, even if like no one was coming there for any life lesson. I remember. Okay, there was another one. It wasn't filmed in Connecticut. It was Bill Cunningham. That was just trash. That one I just couldn't get into. That was just actually just bad. But what was the one with that doctor? Not Dr. Phil. It was Dr. Oz, and then there was the other doctor guy. Fuck, I forgot his name. But Bob Loves Movies. What's up, man? How are you doing? How was your weekend and week so far?
That doesn't really matter. I work every single day of the week, so it's like one day is just like all the others. Like I go to work for my Monday through Friday job, and everybody's like, "Oh God, it's Monday." I'm like, "Okay, it's just another day."
Yeah, I have Mondays off now, and I never knew how good life could be with Mondays off. I was like, I love it now at this point.
And then when everybody's happy on Fridays, I'm like, "Okay, just another day."
And WZ is like Warren. And Bob, my goats, and DK Bones, a future goat. Why is DK automatically a goat? He's his first episode on. What the fuck?
Anybody who comes on this show is a goat. You put with you, MSK, we become goats.
Right. So I know you watch football. Did you see that shit that happened with the Eagles and the Giants game about that tug push thing where it got that guy's knee like dislocated and shit? That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Cam Scatteraboo?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, good God. Yeah. I mean, his foot and stuff was turned the other way. I mean,
God, it was.
So he's not gross. Coming back this season.
No,
he's done for the year.
Yeah. Lunch. He'll just walk it off just in a couple of days.
5 days, he's ready to go again.
What's funny is I saw like an AI video of him giving an interview after the injury, and he's like, I told them to tape it up, then I'd go back out and play.
No, but all jokes aside, we do hope he gets better because that is, oof, God. Could you imagine? Because I just want people to understand about how much that kind of pain can hurt. So, like, even when I had my lower back pain, that must have been some of the worst pain I'd ever went through my entire life. It felt like I couldn't even walk. I remember one time, just recently, I moved a box. I didn't bend over like the people say. No, I just bent down like I normally did, and I grabbed a box, and my lower back all just became this incredibly sore, hard thing. Literally, I couldn't even sit like this in the chair. It was one of the worst days I've ever had. I literally laid down over there on my bed, like this, like playing with like an ice pack on my lower back. It was the worst thing ever. Like, and just imagine that's just some basic pain. Your whole knee is like dislocated and moves. It's like, oh God. Like it's so weird. People are like, was he not in pain? No, he's just in shock. That's just adrenaline. He'll feel it within like the next hour. That's how that works, honestly.
Yeah,
but,
and from my understanding, they did the surgery pretty quick on him. Like he stayed there in Philly and had the surgery that day.
Also, they're doing pretty good with the technology. He'll be out for the rest of the year, but he'll probably be back next year, I'd imagine.
Good Lord.
They're probably in the middle of next year or something like that.
Also, what's even worse, the NBA Finals last year, where the Pacers guy, I forget his name sometimes, his Achilles heel just blew in the very first quarter. That is one of the most unluckiest things ever. Your Achilles heel blows when you got to the final round of a tournament. In the first quarter, like you didn't even get a chance to even play it out. It's one of those things where if you played it out all the way to the fourth quarter and they almost would have won if he was there, it's like, okay, that's like a what if, like, but it got blown out like within like 5 minutes. He didn't get a chance to even really play the game, which is terrible.
And what sucks is because, like you said, it's there in the finals. So because of when it happened, he was going to miss the entire he'll miss all of this season. Most likely. If he does come back, it's like at the tail end. And by then, if your team's not even in contention, they'll just hold him out.
Yeah, same thing with Kyrie Irving. Like people don't. Kyrie Irving still out until I think he's coming back mid-November, December earliest, or January maybe at the latest. Like LeBron is out for like, what's that word? It's sciatica or some shit. Old people get like it's like a nerve pinch or some shit. Like
the sciatica,
sciatica. Like LeBron's gonna be out till mid-November. I'll say, man, Kobe would be
wait to be indicted in this gambling thing. Don't.
Oh, if it's ever revealed he's been a part of that, I will.
That's why he's overseas resting right now.
I didn't know he was overseas.
If it's revealed he was part of that, oh my God, I will do backflips on this show, butt naked, because I can't wait to shit on that guy. Man, like Kobe would be turning in his grave at some of the fucking stupid things the Lakers have done. Just recently, this guy's out for a knee surgery, very similar to the guy that just had it happen, the quarterback and the running back and shit from the Giants and Eagles, the Giants and Eagles game. Why did they sign someone that was going to almost be out, guaranteed for a knee surgery? Why would any rep sign a person like, okay, hey, you can be on the Lakers eventually, but we can't sign you and pay him because he can't play at all?
It's probably future, like. They do some amazing things with knee injuries now, and with like Achilles used to be a career ender. Now you're back within a season. ACLs used to be a career ender. Now they can graft a cadaver ACL with necromancers and black magic or whatever they do. But there's all sorts, like just injected stem cells into shoulders and shit. I mean, they've got a lot of good new medical now that these guys can come back. So if you get an awesome player, he goes in for a knee surgery. Maybe you don't have him for a year, but that's like what 4-year contract. That's 3 good years you're going to get with.
But for me, it's just one of those things where why are you signing this guy and you just don't have him available? It's just then Luka's out for a sprained finger. Imagine if Kobe missed a game because his finger hurt a little bit. Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, he used to play through crazy stuff, Kobe.
Like look what his final game in the season, his Achilles blew and he made his free throws. Arguably one of the most insane mic drop moments ever. Like your Achilles heel blew, his leg literally not there. And he walked.
Should they shorten the season or play less games and spread them out more?
People have said that. I think personally there should be more games. I don't think these guys get paid a lot of money to play not enough games, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah.
I also think for the NBA to change it up, I don't get why we don't have more like in playoffs. I know it's West and East; they fight each other till the very end. There needs to be more East-Western playoff. It needs to change to have the West fight the East, not just inter-conference bullshit. I think why can't we try it at least once? Why can't it just be like, I don't know, Cavaliers versus Timberwolves first, like in the playoffs, not. We have to hope that they meet each other at the very end. Like I'm not tired of the format we have in NBA. It's just, I switch it up every once in a while.
People talked about doing it where like it's
like the NFL,
all by just rankings of wins. So conferences mean nothing. It's essentially it's like
Yeah.
3 and 4, and then do the tournament based off of that. So then that way you don't have a conference where you see this in football. You'll have a team go like 14 and 2 or 14 and 3, but they don't make the playoffs because they miss the wild card because of how their divisions are. So it's like the best teams aren't making it to the playoffs, but at the same time, though, you will also bottleneck where certain teams will never make it. Like right now, it's like if you are in the right number one in the AFC or the West North, then you may not have the best record, but you're number one and you get a chance to go to the playoffs and prove yourself. If it goes by just purely records, you might see just the same teams every year in the playoffs, and who wants to see that?
Also, DK Bones, how was your weekend and week so far, dude?
Worked all weekend, off the next 2 days, and then I worked the next 2 days and off the next weekend. So,
all right,
12-hour days, 12-hour nights.
You've been married a few times. You've been around the block a few times. 3 times. Definitely not doing it again. No way you're doing it again. No way.
Well, I'm married right now. This is my 3rd marriage right now.
Oh, so your 3rd marriage. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah. You fell into that trap 3 times? God damn.
Love is love.
Yeah.
That's what Diddy said to Tupac. God damn. Good Lord.
Yeah.
So how many kids you got? You got 3 kids?
Yeah. My oldest is 18, and then I have twin daughters that are 14.
Okay, so your kids are older. You already did all the pre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have all daughters or sons and daughters?
No, all girls.
All girls. Okay.
All girls, man.
Oh damn.
Damn, you got no sons? God damn. No.
Nah, they're decent though. They're good girls, man. My oldest, she's in college. My other ones are doing good in school, so
that's awesome.
Tell them to stay away from white people. They're the devil. And I'm just kidding. Actually, opposite. Tell them to stay away from black people. That's the real apology there.
Well, they're Blasians, so.
Oh, you married so your first wife was an Asian lady.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So there's some quality there. Awesome. The second wife was white.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. You did not marry a black girl. Woo-hoo! Dodging bullets there. Hell yeah. I like it. Good Lord.
Oh gosh.
So the third wife
is
what is she?
White.
Yeah, 3. Hell yeah. Batting
so you
average,
pulled the Quentin
100%.
Rampage Jackson move.
Yeah. That's what I did. Yep.
Man was like dodging them. Shanique was like fucking the Matrix bullets. I will say this. Ron DeSantis, he talked about wanting to eliminate property taxes for homeowners, but not for business owners. I'm like, can you even do that?
Well, the thing is because business owners, they need to collect taxes from somebody to pay for certain things. But homeowners, if he's talking about homeowners at your home that you live in, like if you have multiple properties, it's only the home that you reside in that he wants to get rid of it, and they're trying to put it on the ballot for next year.
Yeah, like I don't even agree with I agree with this with his general sentiment. It's like if you buy a house, paying property like what you own the house, what are you paying property taxes for?
Yeah.
But property taxes are used to pay for like what public schools and roads and all that other bullshit, right?
Yeah, but they lottery supposedly the lottery is supposed to pay for schooling.
Right, yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that's supposed to pay for these other things and property tax. Like if you're a renter, I don't think it's fair. You rent somewhere, but you don't have to pay that tax.
Yeah, so essentially it's better to rent because you don't pay property tax, and how much property tax could be? I'd say it's quite a bit of money not paying that shit every single month. That saves you a lot. Yeah. So hopefully if Florida leads the way with it, maybe other states are doing it. Hopefully, maybe, But hey, I'm in a house, let's just say that, with my wife, and we have sex every day, obviously,
Bullshit.
Kingstyle believes me. That's all that. Oh, he's just caught. Kingstyle believes me. That's all that matters.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God.
Kingstyle's just being nice.
He's a jaguar.
Let's go with that, Warren. Let's go with that.
Kingstyle, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? How was your
good?
Weekend, dude?
Sorry with the delay. It's been good, man. It's cold over here.
Yeah,
but I would like for it to slowly for the temperature to go from hot to warm and then like kind of chilly and then
Mhm.
freezing. But sometimes life doesn't work that way. So yeah, at least
Are
I'm
you-
alive.
Is it one of those days you wake up and you go outside where it's just like there's no semblance of hot? It's literally, I remember like some days it was an ice chest here. It literally felt like walking into an ice chest. Like I don't know how people work in that weather. I couldn't do it.
You
Literally
have to
not
wear
me.
you have to wear a jacket or a hat sometimes just to go outside, man. Like I'm
Good
not even
Lord.
talking about like a hoodie, like you just go to get something in the store. I mean, like you got to wear
You
like
one of those like airproof like
you got to wear like
jackets,
a
right?
windbreaker jacket or almost like a coat. We're getting there, man.
Good Lord. Walking into an ice chest. That's why I hate the cold. Fuck the cold. Yeah, I like it hot. Girls take off all their clothes and shit, when I walk around. So
I only love the winter here because obviously I didn't go to school, right? Don't get me wrong. I love learning stuff, but I love making snowmen and playing snowballs and sledding. So that was better than going to school in the winter. But then when you get older, you have to clean up the snow and put salt on the ground so you don't slip on your ass and fucking break your bones.
Yeah, we don't get snow here. We only got snow here in my city twice in my entire lifetime. That's it. We don't get so. All we get is, I mean, if it rains here, it's bad because it's in a fucking desert. So it'll crack really badly. Then it starts a freaking flood. Oh my God, it's horrible. Also, we get sandstorms too. Yeah, there's episodes of my podcast back in the day where fucking sandstorms knock the power out.
And earthquakes. Don't forget that, depending on the part of California.
Yeah, to be fair, I've never experienced an earthquake here ever. And usually the earthquakes only happen unless you're like Long Beach or that area. At most, you would get like a few shakes. I think it shaking pretty bad at that one point, but that was it. I've only felt that like one time. The biggest thing to worry about is sandstorms and rain. Rain is so bad. The desert here, woo, we're gonna be dead. But then again, I can't be dead.
Oh yeah, and the forest fires too. That's another issue.
Yeah, good old Gavin Newsom. He was like, how did I? Because people don't know there's that big canal that's supposed to have all the water. So if the fire hydrants run out, then they could go to that, and that also supplies the fire hydrants. So not only did the fire hydrants not have water, so that's just already like, fuck. Then he went there to the canal, supposed to have all that water. He was like, why was it not being empty? Why is it empty? No one told me. What do you mean no one told you? You're supposed to be, what is your job? You're supposed to go and look at these things. These are important things. It's a place is just burning down to hell. The place is burning down to hell, and this dude's like, man, what is Donald Trump saying about me on Twitter? Fucking FAGs, dude. Holy
but then he has
shit.
like a billionaire family in California that basically owns a nature preserve, like like the tank of water. Mm-hmm. That's where they make what was it, the Fiji water with?
Yes.
This ain't BS conspiracy. You can look this stuff up, guys. So
yeah, and he wanted to save those fish, like these specific fish that are only here in California. It's like, okay, I get it. You like these fish, Gavin, but we need to make sure fire hydrants have water, okay?
Yeah, we need it for fires and for people who are like really thirsty and not, getting dehydrated and dying in case their plumbing gets damaged. This is the emergency water, man.
Yeah, dude didn't even know if there was water in the fucking place that's supposed to supply it for like the entire city. What an absolute! And the guy's talking about running for president. He didn't even know if there was water in this place that's supposed to fill up everything. He wants to be president. That's crazy. People are insane. They don't think. Like AOC every day is like something Trump, something. She's a woman. Her opinion doesn't matter anyway, right? 90% of women are fucking trash anyway. But she is like her and Gavin Newsom might as well be the same person. I swear, every day of the fire, Gavin, every single tweet was something about Trump. It's like, you do know our places, the whole state's burning, right? Like, I hope your brain works, right? He was so concerned with what Trump said about him on Fox. He was like, okay. Apparently, Trump is this kind of person where apparently if they don't like him, they pay attention to every single thing he says about them. But he doesn't matter. He's a horrible person, right? Like,
you know that some of the Back to the Future set stuff was like destroyed, right? Like the diner / the town hall area.
Fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, it got burned down. I mean, they might rebuild it if they ever do a remake of Back to the Future. They might just rebuild everything from square one again, but that place is gone now, or at least
those
partially.
Malibu beach houses they used in those TV shows back in the day, those are gone. Those have to be gone.
Yeah,
because now Malibu was hit pretty hard. That was, god damn. But don't worry, Donald Trump said something about me. I can't deal with life. I must take care of the tweet.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing with that. Oh, go ahead, DK. My bad, man. Go for it.
My question: did they start rebuilding anything over there yet?
To be fair, Todd McFarlane is actually working on raising money for a lot of it. I don't know, because I know Trump came and he talked to the fucking LA mayor. I don't know if she ever gave him permits to do anything. I know that's the last thing I saw of it was Todd McFarlane was trying to raise money for people affected by the fires. So I'm gonna be honest here. They probably did nothing. They probably said they're gonna do something.
They kept making excuses, and Donald Trump. You know, it's crazy. Trump doesn't even live in the area no more. Sure, he might have a mansion because he's rich, right? But he lives in D.C. now. That's his main residence. And he was telling Gavin Newsom and I forgot that mayor lady. I don't even remember her name. Probably because
stupid Shaniqua. Or
yeah, whatever the fuck,
or
right?
a dumb monkey. Yeah, that was like
I would not say that, but I want to make that clear.
But you were thinking it, so it's fine. I said it for you.
No. I don't want to get.
You were thinking that.
I'm not getting Roseanne barred. Anyway. So she was like, they were explaining to Donald, we can't do that. It's like, why the hell not? Oh, because it takes a long time for construction here in California. It's like, no, it doesn't. I'm giving you free money.
It's the money. They squandered all the money because that $1 billion amount that was given to fix the homeless crisis, Gavin Newsom was asked about it. What'd you do with this, Gavin?
And Donald was like, hey, I'll give you the money. Just fix as much as you can little by little. He was offering that money, and they were like, no, we can't really do that. And Donald was like pissed.
Because in their minds, anything a conservative or Republican tries to do to help them, they just can't do it because that is just their ideological enemy for every single point of reason. It's crazy. Like, there are people that I don't agree with and don't like that much, but if they said something that I agreed with, I would agree with you. That to me is peak disingenuousness, is that even if someone you don't like says something you do agree with and you don't admit you agree with it, because you still have to have this stance that everything they say and do is bad. It's like, come on, we can't fix conversation if you think someone can't say something that you don't agree with because you don't like them. Like, I'm people understand, like, Hitler drank water. You're not a Nazi because you drink water because Hitler would. It's just how it works.
Yeah, or you're wearing like a piece of red clothing, that makes you a bad person because if we're going by that logic, no, it just happens that certain people wear certain items of clothing that's red, and that's it. It doesn't mean anything.
God, man.
You know who else wore pants, you sick bastard? The Nazis did. Nazis wore pants.
Nazis wore pants.
Yeah, they also wear military hats. Those
what?
fancy military hats. Yeah.
Crazy thought process, guys. Hitler used the bathroom.
Yep.
We all use the bathroom too. Oh my God, we're Yahtzees.
We're Yahtzees.
Hitler wrote a book, so.
Yeah, he was an artist, so that means all artists are bad.
Yeah, I would do my paintings when I was taking a shine.
This is why I know women are absolutely retarded. Remember when Elon Musk took over Twitter and this lady said, you know what? Elon Musk is a fascist. I'm going to sell my Tesla and buy Volkswagen. And we're like, you know who created Volkswagen, right?
The Nazis.
Yeah, they did. And did you know that the Fanta drink was actually a Nazi drink because they didn't want to give them Coca-Cola? Yeah, true story.
See, no Coke, all Fanta.
Yeah, that's why Fanta exists. It's because they were like, we're going to give you...
It even sounds German. Fanta.
Fanta?
Some strawberry Fanta. Yeah.
It's the same thing that Herbert said about that one Nazi character in Family Guy. He's a Nazi! Golly. And this is the problem that people don't understand is, like, Nazis are considered probably, like, arguably top 5 worst people to ever exist on this planet. So when you're telling someone on the news, because people who watch news are fucking brain-dead retards, that their political enemies are Nazis or neo-Nazis or fascists, they wouldn't care if you were dead. They're being told you're the worst person to ever exist on this planet, which is crazy because Mayans did way worse shit, like legit throwing women off those fucking big rock balconies to sacrifice them to their gods.
Right.
But hey, who knows anymore?
Indigenous people, MSK. Don't you understand?
Didn't they like literally slit?
They get a pass because they were colonized, so they get a pass.
Did they slit people's wrists to have blood come out? People are disgusting.
Then you hear stories of Pol Pot and other people in history who fucking tortured and killed people. But let's not talk about that, right? because
Yeah.
history's history. You know, we don't need to talk about that.
Don't
Nothing
Indians-
but fun topics on the MSK show.
hey, Pocahontas tricked me on Indian people.
Today
Indian-
we rank communist dictators.
Oh God!
Who's your S tier dictator? Next on the MSK show.
We're supposed to do sex positions. Supposed to be a tier list on sex positions, and Warren's right. Top 10 communist dictator tier list. Good lord! If you say anything good about them, we might actually go to YouTube prison. You know, Joseph Stalin, he had some pretty good hair. Nazi, throw him off the platform. It's like, good lord.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, speaking of somebody that's like really wants to get their job back for Disney, you know, Adam Driver really wants to get a solo movie, get it? Because he really needs to get his own shit. But then Ridley Scott would have to come back as Ray. So that means that they're gonna drag a dead franchise more if that happens. What are your thoughts on that?
Speaking of Star Wars, before we go into the topic, because that's a side one that doesn't need a video for. So my thing is how would I say this? It's probably someone else that canned it. Because I remember Adam Driver in that interview had said it was Bob Iger. He found out that he was the one that didn't want to do it. I don't know potentially what could that be for, because Bob Iger probably realizes the writing's on the wall. Star Wars is probably not the money-making machine they probably once bought it for that reason for. Like, they bought it at its peak, and then he hasn't turned it into anything. I mean, let's be honest here. Do you guys still see those Star Wars toys at your Walmarts and Targets? That shit ain't selling. That's the same shit you 5 years ago.
When you turn Star Wars into a girls brand, what do you expect?
Yeah, and then
yeah.
Remember the Variety, I think, article we covered? I think it was before the episode you came on. Me, Gray, and Warren talked about it. Like, it's so stupid that Disney's like, we don't have any franchises that appeal to boys. Oh, you don't? So you don't own Star Wars and Marvel and Indiana Jones and, God forbid, all the other Pixar movies like The Incredibles that appeals to boys and families.
I mean, you could say
what do you mean
Pirates of the Caribbeans and Tron.
Aladdin?
Yeah.
They have a bunch of shit. What do you mean you can't? What do you mean? And then the stupid thing that the sources revealed was that they want to create new franchises to appeal to young men. Okay, just Disney.
Hercules too. Technically, Disney, Hercules was a boys brand as well. Like, if
Disney, you know what you could do? How about you just make the franchises that you have that are boy related? How about you just do that?
It's kind of hard to do that now at this point because you already slaughtered them. You've already killed them all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what good is it going to do at this point? The only way you could salvage some of these brands is you have to take a break. Take a break for a while, because absence makes the heart grow fonder, and then down the line you reboot it the way it was meant to be. Disney has tried to make these brands appeal to women, but what they don't understand is that they already had a female audience, and the female audience liked it the way that it was. Shocker, women like manly men.
And they were always the minority. Wow. I know there were girls that said, I liked it too. You were always the minority. Even George Lucas, even though I don't know if he really fully agrees with this or he just said it because he just said stuff sometimes, his movies are made for apparently teenage boys the ages of 6 to 12, he said. Well, then women were never the target audience. I told him this, you can like it fine, but you are not the target audience. So when you switch it over to the non-target audience, they're not the highest paying customers. Women have never been the highest paying customers in this stuff. It's just what it is. That's not me saying you can't like it, but you are the minority. It's just what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
and some women get offended by that, but it shouldn't be an insult at all. It's like, no.
Like, we're not the target for Barbie sales because we're fucking men, right? You ain't catching me buying a Barbie doll, but
exactly.
Girls would buy that shit. I'm not a loser.
The thing that's weird though is like George Lucas kind of contradict himself sometimes. Like, oh, this was always a kid's brand. It's like, really? The Empire Strikes Back, that's for kids? How, like, now it's like a kid's brand, but it's like, it's not. It's like,
that's why
pretty
I never
mature.
agreed with that. I know that's what he said.
He has to say that, but it's like.
But so from my recollection of when I heard that or when I read about that, that was around when the prequel movies were getting hit with all that criticism. I could maybe see the logic in the prequel movies being like kids movies, but then that would be stretching your logic far, because one of the movies, the third one, Anakin straight up slaughters kids. So kids want to see kids getting slaughtered, even though it's edited and cut where you don't actually see them dying.
No,
it's
it's cut in a way where it's implied heavily that he did kill them.
Yeah, like the thing is, I think maybe in his mind that's his coping quote for when the movies got criticized the way they did. Because oh no, Empire Strikes Back, Luke loses his hand. Like his dad straight up slices his hand off. That's for kids.
Yeah, he's not bleeding. He's not gushing blood in his arm or anything, but you could tell that, yeah, that's pretty violent.
Like, didn't fucking Luke throw Palpatine down that fucking elevator shaft or whatever? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That was
Vader. It was Vader.
Yeah.
Vader.
Oh, good lord. Yeah.
Damn tourist.
Then the Death Star. Didn't the Death Star blow up planets, basically committing mass genocide?
It genocide, and we don't know how many. It could vary between planets, but Darth Vader did genocide, so there is no redemption for Darth Vader.
Yeah,
he killed children, and he killed a bunch of people on different planets. There's no saving.
Let's not
him.
forget the sand people he slaughtered too.
Oh yeah, them too. The sand.
Oh yeah,
people.
I hate sand.
Yeah, but it's like, here's the weird thing, right? Because I remember hearing this from like older Star Wars fans, right? Like Robert Meyer Barnett and Chris Gore. They talked about this, like how they didn't like the shift between Empire. They loved Empire Strikes Back, right? Because it was mature for their age. But then when it was Return of the Jedi, they're like, oh, this is a kid's movie. They kind of retconned shit from the previous movie to make it more lighthearted, because George Lucas was obsessed with the toys.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
Mean, to be completely fair to George, that was, I mean, if you look at any interview or video form interview from back in the day, I won't fault it for this because others have said this too. The guy who made the Spider-Man the animated series, he said that the main thing the creators told him was that this is meant to sell toys. It being really good was just an added bonus. The main goal of it was to actually sell toys, because back in the day, toy sales were the main thing that you could use as a secondary revenue source for your franchise. So I think that was just the time period where toy sales were huge. But I just don't know if I agree with these movies are kind of made for little boys. It's like, I guess I'm on a very surface level, you could argue that, but when you go in depth to how those movies, because you mind, Star Wars as a franchise has slave trading. It literally has slave trading. I mean, also the fucking fat guy who's using Leia as a slave. Oh my,
Jabba the
Hutt had Leia as a slave. As a slave.
Well, Anakin was a slave at Bug Guy's shop, pawn shop, or whatever that was.
But you also got to remember, I think it was in between Empire and Return of the Jedi, or right after Return of the Jedi. They had a Star Wars cartoon with R2 and 3PO, and then they had the Ewoks live TV mini show thing. So they were doing both. They were hitting both kind of.
And then what's also weird about these movies is they came out in a time period where PG-13 wasn't a thing. It was, movies were just PG and rated R. Like rated PG-13 had come way later. Like Jaws is the best example for this. Is Jaws a PG movie? Come on.
And even Back to the Future, right? It's PG because it got grandfathered in because it wasn't PG-13 yet.
Wasn't it like an implied incest scene in that shit where he goes and has sex with like his
remember Lorraine was undressing herself, right?
Oh yeah,
and also drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes. That's not for kids.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that kids can't see that stuff and be impacted. I'm just saying like Jaws is not a PG movie. That's just not. The lady quite literally gets ripped apart in like the
also
first
the
5
adult
minutes.
magazine Ooh La La was another example in Back to the Future. That's not for kids, and that was in the first 2 or 3 movies of Back to the Future.
I'm just saying, if they had PG-13 as a rating back in the day, Star Wars, all 3 of them would have been rated PG-13 for sure. There's no, maybe you could argue the first one could be PG, or you could maybe argue it, but the later 2, no way, PG-13, no way.
No, it definitely, and even the Phantom Menace might have, with some good edits, would stay, PG.
That one could be hit or miss.
Attack of the Clones, and obviously the third one, you can't change. He got burned to a crisp. You can't, like, the only thing they didn't show was blood and muscles.
Yeah.
But it was literally PG-13. You can't get around that. He's burning his whole
He's
body.
literally burning up. Right.
But it wouldn't matter. They would still market it all towards kids, whether they had the PG-13 rating or not. I mean, heck, they were making animated shows of RoboCop. I mean, come on. I mean, how much more rated R could you get?
Yeah,
Those
for,
are amazing, by the way.
And yet we're going to turn it into a kids' cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a different time. I mean, they were going to market that stuff towards kids, regardless.
Yeah, because they didn't believe that animated series could be nothing but for kids, which is retarded. But
Well,
that's
also
their
look
thought
at the
process.
look at the current stuff. I mean, the Avengers movies. I mean, the only thing the reason why they're not R is because of blood. I mean, they cuss. They're doing some pretty heavy shit in those movies at times. And some of those Marvel films and DC films. Hell, Batman has like a kill count in the Snyderverse. So it's a lot of it. The range of PG-13 is a lot bigger than it used to be, for sure. When I was a kid, I was seeing my dad let me watch RoboCop and Predator and stuff. Yeah, I was watching. Terminator all day.
My point exactly. Right.
We just had to close our eyes during the
let's be honest, our parents were a little bit different back then. Our parents, to be fair, our parents were a little bit different back then. To be fair, we shouldn't have watched that shit. But then again, we didn't become serial killers or become fucking insane. I think there's levels to it. Like fucking hell. I remember moms would tell my mom when we were growing up, yeah, I just kind of let my kids watch Hostile. What do you mean Hostile? They just watch it. Yeah. I guess you have to look at it like not every single kid is the same. So some of them can take gory, disgusting shit, and someone's just going to be
I
scared
always
and
thought it
freaked
was
out of it.
funny, though, that I could watch a predator rip someone's spine out of their body. But my mom was like, don't you look if any boobs show up.
Yeah, that's very weird.
Now we have our standards here. Spine ripping out? Great. Fucking hell. That's cool. Hey, just no boobs. What?
Yeah, nothing sexual. No, nothing sexual. Violence is okay.
Let's not go too far here. It's like those people that are like never married but they have like 4 kids, and you ask the girl like, "Hey, you and your old man gonna get married?" No, that's too serious. I mean, having 4 kids or something. Fucking what? What? Fucking hell. Women logic makes my fucking brain explode, honestly. All right, so I have a thing right here. But no, I'll be honest with you, man. All jokes aside, circling back, I think the reason why he canceled the movie, Bob Iger did, or Kathleen Kennedy, who knows, they're both in charge, is because they know financially if they poured enough money to it, it wouldn't sell. That's why when the Mandalorian and Grogu movie comes out next year, if that movie bombs, which I'm pretty sure it is,
the Starfighter movie, right? It's supposed to be like almost like what do you call it? An interlude into the Rey movies, because she has her schools, right? But they're not going to do a Rey movie. So why would that happen?
They're still working on a new trilogy.
Remember when
everything got derailed, but they plan to. Rey will be back. They plan to.
Rey will be back at the end of the credits.
Story. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to suck, but the Disney will eventually pour money into it. And it will happen.
But in all fairness, Rian Johnson is still doing his trilogy.
So yeah, sure he is.
It never got canceled.
Yeah.
And the Game of Thrones guys are still going to do it too.
I mean, supposedly they're still doing the Rey movie. I just don't know if it's going to ever see the light of day. I mean, because I'm like you, Lunchbox, where I've heard that they still want to do it and they still want to do a trilogy out of it. I just don't know if it's ever going to happen.
They weren't being serious with that movie in its early development of production hell it's currently going through. Remember that ugly old fat bitch they were going to hire for the movie called Charmin Obese Chinoy? And she has no director credits. I'm not saying that new people can't come up and direct movies, but this is Star Wars, and these movies should get the best directors money can offer, not Charmin Obese Chinoy. I'm
glad her stuff fell through, and hopefully what they need is new leadership and a reset. Like they, Bob said, they need to take a couple years, let everything cool down, and then come back with a plan and a direction and build something up. I would say even do a time skip, and we don't even mention the word Skywalker unless it's about myths and legends from like 1,000 years ago, and just start a whole new ordeal in the Jedi universe. I mean, they already shit the pot with giving us a chance to see the original trio together, which was probably the biggest mistake in movie history.
Yep.
And so that's already gone now. What Hamill doesn't want anything to do with it. Harrison's out. Let's just skip ahead and start over. And they need to get new leadership all the way down. Kennedy, I heard, is retiring or moving on. So they need to get new people in there and start really reworking the stuff, because they have butchered all of the Lucasfilm IPs. Willow, Indiana Jones, Star Wars.
Everything.
I mean, these
Doctor
are
Who,
all IPs that could have given them billions of dollars.
Right.
But yet they've butchered all of them. So they need to get some new leadership in there, and they really need to resettle all this stuff.
They took Charmine out back like Old Yeller and just two-piece that bitch, because after she had that interview where she said, "I want to make men uncomfortable," that she was just Bob Iger hey fat bitch, go to the gym because you ain't working here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know
after
why.
the interview, she was gone. After she was gone.
Of
never heard
course,
from her ever
because
again.
you don't say stupid shit like that. But of course, she had to say it because
reasons.
Because she got used to the Force is female, and when that didn't make any fucking money whatsoever. Bob's like, "Oh, Kathleen, we're not making money with that bullshit, so drop it."
So give me a TV series with space witches.
Yeah. Like that's the crazy thing is they didn't let that other fat lady make her Rey movie, but they let the Acolyte come out. It's so the priorities are just so
because
weird.
TV's cheaper according to them, even though they spend like
how much on that show? Like $300 million, something like that. Fucking.
Well, their top priority was Disney Plus. Since Disney Plus came out, that's been like one of the reasons why these franchises got effed up. Is because they were rushing production and they were trying to create too much stuff at one time, and they wanted to create stuff for Disney Plus. Kathleen Kennedy talked about it. I think Feige's talked about it. So it was a huge mistake. So hopefully they re-gear, because they finally lost enough billions of dollars to fix these problems. DC is just like, I hope we get to stay around when Warner Brothers sells. It's gotten so bad. Like, I mean, Warner Brothers might not even be a thing anymore, except for a tab on your Netflix bar.
I'll be honest here, man. So. Come in 6 months, we'll know who's gonna buy it and when the full acquisition will come in. It won't be long. People understand Warner Brothers billions of dollars in debt.
Sorry, I think the Warner Brothers brand. I'm sorry about that, MSK. I think the Warner Brothers brand. It's gonna still be around, but not the way we think it is. It's gonna because it's over 100 years old. You can't get rid of a 100-year-old brand like that. It's like saying, "Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Disney brand tomorrow." No, it's 100 years old. It's a legacy brand at this point.
To be fair,
sure, another company can Frankenstein the brand. I could believe that, like Paramount or Sony or Apple, just gutting it and we're just still gonna call it Warner Brothers, but it's a new Warner Brothers. But we're gonna pretend it's the old Warner Brothers, like Crunchyroll, right? Like Crunchyroll is with Funimation now. Mm-hmm. Everybody thought Funimation died. It didn't.
No, it's just a part of Crunchyroll.
All it did was change the color, the logo, and the name, but it's still in Texas. And the people in Funimation back then are still running it. They got rid of the office in San Francisco for Crunchyroll, so it's still under the old regime of
the same
Funimation.
Idiots who, when Dragon Ball Z was dubbed, purposely added in more dialogue because they feared that people would change the channel because all the kids here, they said, were like on some pills or some ADHD bullshit. People are still in charge to this day. No, because that thing you said about Disney, you can't just kill it off. Don't worry, man. Disney's doing a good enough job of that on their own. You don't have to worry about that. They're doing that themselves.
No, I mean just the name. Like, the brand itself is
but the Warner Brothers, the thing with Warner Brothers is that it will instantly add value to another company, so there's no way they're getting rid of it. But then again, how did they get $100 billion in debt? How did that happen?
Money laundering and making poor investments.
Well, you spend more money than you have, and then eventually it racks up.
So Warner Brothers is the government. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. I don't know what bank was. payday loan places keep loaning them money, but
Also, probably failed projects that
A
never
lot
got
of 'em.
fully produced. Like they had scripts, they had producers.
That George Miller Justice League movie, they had everything ready to go. It was even filming, and they paid everybody, and they just canceled it
thank
because
God.
probably. But not like. Oh, I mean, the last big nail in the coffin for them was that day and date streaming bullshit that they were doing. Remember? That was just the most
yeah.
massive L ever. Then they spent more money on back end deals to pay the directors and people involved than they could just waited to release the movies the year later. So just, I don't get it. And that was when they had Jason Kilar running the company. It's like, God damn, you people are stupid. Then you had that one old bitch after they released the Snyder Cut, and she was like, no, we really don't like how these people kind of behave, and we're never doing this ever again, which I agree with. But it's like, can't really have a person, your biggest spokesperson, saying that. That is not the person doing that. Basically saying a whole fan base is toxic and all that shit. That's not what people want to hear.
Here's the thing, right? The fans pay tickets or subscriptions because this was never in theaters.
Right.
So look, I don't always agree with this, but for the most part, the customer is always right. They teach you that. Why do you think that is, right?
Yes.
Because without their payments, you wouldn't be able to do anything. So, that's the point.
But because people say this all the time, And what's crazy is these guys think it's the other way around. It's like, no, we are no. If I literally didn't pay attention to you, you don't have a career. All these actors got their egos inflated. Like, we're your fans. If we're not here for you, you're literally nothing. You actually have nothing.
Like, case in point, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, right? The first one, the live action one. Had the fans not complained about it, we would never have the other two Sonic the Hedgehog movies and a fourth one coming soon. And they had a thank you video for Sonic 2, the previews, and also in part 3. They did these thank you videos to the fans because they knew that they would never had a franchise. It'd end up like the Super Mario Brothers movie back in the 90s.
But we would have had a crackhead Sonic movie, though. So, I mean, there would have been some silver lining out of the tragedy if they didn't change this. We would have had a cult classic of crackhead Sonic.
Oh, no.
And people had said that, Paramount purposefully. I don't think they purposefully did that. I think they genuinely, because like we mentioned earlier, they look down on stuff like that. They actually thought that looked good to put out, and the public said no. And it sucks the business went out, but I never agreed to that theory that they purposefully did it to gain favor with the fans when we know these people look down on cartoon stuff. You would have to be living in an alternate reality to convince me that they don't look down on projects like Sonic. There's
how you know that wasn't pre-planned, right? Because they had to take an extra 3 to 4 months in development,
right?
And $20 million,
toys.
I believe.
Oh yeah, $20 million. Yeah. You're right, Warren. And the toys, the shitty Sonic that was released. The toys, they never changed it.
It was a massive gamble, but it paid off huge for them because it's a very successful franchise right now.
Yes.
It was, we took the extra time and the money. It was a gamble because they could have just said, well, no, we did this thing. We don't want to go too far over budget, but they did that. They listened to the fans and it paid off big. Well, the fans paid it off for them. They all went to the movie theater and watched it.
And those are the fans you should reward with more movies. And, that's what happened. I'm glad that happened.
And you also got a Knuckles TV show.
Yeah,
you got a Knuckles TV show out of it too. So
we're gonna get Rose and Mecha Sonic in the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna get a future TV show of Shadow or a movie of Shadow or Team Dark. So this is good.
The third movie actually came out even better than what I thought. And I get it; they cut stuff from the game, but if they had used the stuff from the game, the one that people wanted, like the BioLizard, I think they want the movie to be a certain runtime. If you have that extended in there, that's going to make the movie run a little bit longer. I don't know. I don't like the decision, but the movie came out very good. It came out even better than I thought it was. I was like, okay, they're probably going to do this and this. They'll probably be all right, like the other two. But no, the whole trilogy, I think, has been good. If I give the whole trilogy a rating, I would say it's an 8 or 9.
The original idea, MSK, was that Sonic CD was going to be the third movie, but I'm glad they changed it because it had it been, it would have been like, man, this movie sucked, or it would have under-delivered. If you would have had Shadow be the final be-all, end-all, kind of like the Dreamcast, right?
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2 was the final Dreamcast game of of
And the highest selling,
Sega.
too.
Yeah, and highest, like for their console / making a video game company. They
Mhm.
became basically the developers at that point afterwards. So
Mhm.
it would have been apropos. Hell, if it didn't make the money they thought, oh, the Shadow movie did good. Hey, it was a good send off to the fans. But they over delivered, and we are going to get more Sonic movies. So that's not
Yeah.
what
If
happened.
these movies were released mid 2010s, late 2000s, these movies would have made so much money. I'm talking like
Yep.
easily $600 million plus.
It would have. It would have been basically like the Transformer movies, or it would have been like the Fast and the Furious movies, but
Except
more for
way
little
better.
kids. Yeah,
And
more
way better
for,
quality. Yeah, that's
yes,
crazy, right?
yes,
Wait, Fast and
yes.
Furious is not quality? What? Crazy. No. So I'm still waiting for Vin Diesel to go Super Saiyan in the very last movie, or at least Ultra Instinct. At least give
They
me
might
that.
they might just replace Vin Diesel with a fat bald guy, and just put sunglasses and
Are
not
you
look
saying Vin
close to him.
Diesel's a mantle? Is Vin Diesel a mantle you could just pass on?
Well, they'll just say that Vin Diesel had a son that was 20 years or 30 years older than he thought. He had him when he was a teenager, and you got a new bald guy being Dominic Toretto, Dominic
God.
Toretto Jr.
All
I
right.
think they should go multiverse. We get a panel of Dominic Toretto's, like the whole movie.
Council of
It's just
Doms.
Council of Doms, and they're just all like just chanting family as they zigzag
Right.
across with their chargers.
It kind of reminds me. Remember the Spy Kids movie with Sylvester Stallone, the 3D one? He had his own council of himself, like different versions of him, like avatars. Imagine doing that.
Oh God.
Go for it. Fuck it. They're creatively bankrupt as it is.
Lord. Sydney, what is Sydney Sweeney? Sydney Sweeney talked about something with filming Euphoria. That lady said she loves sex scenes. Great. Keep filming them for me. I want to see titties bouncing. I'm good.
God bless her.
Look,
Yeah.
as long as she's honest about it, good for her. You know, as long as she's not being fake like her other actress co-stars. Oh, this is disgusting, degrading it. But you love the paycheck, right?
Yeah.
The paycheck's not degrading.
This was a quote she had from a recent interview with Variety. After this, we're going to do the topic. We're almost about to get there. She said, I had someone tell me to fix my face or else I'm not going to make it. I should get Botox. I was 16.
Yeah.
16
And people want to tell us with a straight face that there's good. Everyone in Hollywood is not evil.
you want to bet the person that told her that was probably not a dude. You want to bet it was probably some jaded
I was hedging on that
40 or 50-year-old woman that's like, I'm going to make her look bad just because I want to be young as her and I'm jealous.
I told you guys, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Or it was a gay producer. I see a gay guy saying that too.
It could be like what was his name? The guy who did the Lost Boys and Batman and Robin. What's his name?
Oh, Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, it could have been like a Joel Schumacher type of dude. Like, yeah, I think you need to fix your face.
Go get some Botox there, Sydney.
Remember how she
sagging over like an old woman right now.
It was when that one ugly old bitch. It was the lady who looks like that. It was that short black-haired lady from The Incredibles. She looked like her. Told Sydney Sweeney she wasn't attractive. I'm like,
what?
I think you need to look in a mirror and hopefully that shit don't shatter. Good Lord. Actually crazy. I think I told her on Twitter, you should take off your Halloween masks. It's not Halloween yet, but she didn't get the joke, so she blocked me. But fuck that retarded whore. It's how it works.
Oh, Lord.
Dude. But okay.
Well, it's because when he's talking about any woman, he starts off, that old ugly bitch.
There's a lot of them.
There was a Looney Tune. I know you guys saw the
gone.
Okay,
The
I know you guys see the tweet.
No,
his account got
the Looney
today.
Tunes.
He was a Looney Tune acting. He was like, he's doing the Charlie Kirk pose when he was shot, right? And he was like smoking on a Kirk pack as he's a Looney Tune. And I was like, dude, stop having sex with your mom. Like, only people that have sex with their moms type that shit out. Like, what the fuck? I'm glad his account doesn't exist. No, fuck that. That's just disgusting. If you do that, I'm good. You can just have your account gone. I don't even agree to that kind of thing, but that's a little too far there. Come on. Like, that is like, why? Why do that? Especially you're a troon. I think you should rewrite your brain and know what sex you are, honestly. And also, your mom probably regrets having, you probably should have swallowed you when your dad was inside of her mouth, honestly. Oh, God. Woo!
So how about that Star Wars, huh?
Oh, yeah. Topics.
Cool.
Yeah.
Swords and space and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Space wizards.
Space witches,
Space bitches.
Mm.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Good. All right. Let's have some fun here.
Do it.
Use the Force, Luke, in its feminism.
Wasn't the Force always considered gay? Okay, we'll just do it in the video. Sorry.
No, it wasn't.
Back in my day, All right, let's have some fun here. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Star Wars once again. So as you guys already know from watching my podcast, the MSK Show, and the videos that we do on the podcast when I release them as regular videos, because we do those videos on the show, we've had a lot of talk here about Star Wars. And Star Wars, growing up, I didn't really care for it that much. I was more into like anime and Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z and all that other stuff, because Star Wars was always for losers. Like, if you believed in the Force, you were a loser. You weren't getting no bitches. That's how it worked. At some point, I was given a free ticket to The Last Jedi because it was just free. And I had a date that night. And after The Last Jedi, the movie fucking was complete garbage. She came home with me and she sucked me off pretty good. Now, that didn't happen. I just made that up because I'm an absolutely insane person. But no, yeah. During the COVID period, I just binged all the movies from start to finish. I never watched the Clone Wars, though I heard that does make the prequel movies a whole lot better in hindsight when you watch that. But just looking at Star Wars now, from everything that's happened, I mean, basically, we said this the last time we were here with a lot of these guys, is Star Wars is in this kind of predicament where they just announce something, and then 6 months later, you find out it's canceled. They announce something, 6 months later, canceled. Then you find out just recently, we'll probably cover this in the topic in a future MSK show, because it's actually decently big, where apparently none of this was Kathleen Kennedy's fault, but it's all Bob Iger's fault. That's what people do when they feel like, oh, we've been really shitting on Kathleen too hard. It's probably someone else's fault. No, it could just be her fault. It could be, or it could be his. You never know. I imagine it's a thing between them both, actually. But we are at this point now where George Lucas is like, you know what? I'm over Star Wars, and I'm glad he finally actually said this thing about it, because people have been always kind of wondering, what's your actual current mindset on these things now. I'll say it for this guy. He had an awesome trilogy with the first 3 movies. Awesome trilogy. Definitely groundbreaking and changing and all that other, gay narrative bullshit people like to usually talk about. I like Return of the Jedi, minus the Ewoks. Looking at Return of the Jedi compared to every other movie that came after it, I think that movie kind of ages quite well, honestly. Ewok gang for life. I'm joking, guys. So, the prequel movies, the third one's my favorite, but even that is like, woo! A lot of bad storytelling in that fucking movie. God damn. If someone says Phantom Menace is good, I know you're trolling. That movie sucks. Literally, it's just the ending that's good. When they fight Darth Maul. That's it. The rest of the movie's forgettable as hell. Then you have Attack of the Clones, which is also a steaming hot pile of shit. Might have the worst acting ever. Oh, I love you, Padme. Oh, I want to suck you off, Anakin. Good? Like, fuck all that gay shit. Then you just have Rey's movies.
I don't remember that part of the movie, MSK.
Are you sure you downloaded the right Star Wars movies? Because it sounds like you might have got some parodies.
Like, then you have the Rey
said there was some gay shit there.
Oh, there was gay shit in the Rey movies. Without those, just good lord. All that I'll never forget the main thing in Rise of the Trash Can, and somehow Palpatine return might be some of the single best opening credits ever to a movie. And just somehow Palpatine is like, surprise, motherfucker. It's like, all right, he's just back. Right? It's a joke, right? He's back in black. Then she kissed him, or no, he kissed her. She comes back alive, even though she was clearly dead. Then if she kisses him, he's dead. Like, this absolutely retarded shit. There was horses riding in space on a ship. Like that could ever happen. All right, good lord. I don't even know where to start. All the movies stuck. Rogue One, it's the ending is what people remember about that movie. Most of the movie is pretty forgettable, actually. And then it's kind of stupid with Star Wars lore, because if Vader needed to get those schematics from those rebels, why didn't he just force pull it to him? Why is he battling through them? But nevertheless, then you have Han, the Han Solo movie. Fun, kinda, I guess, but really forgettable too. So we got nothing else, boys. All we got is Disney Plus shows like the greatest quality TV show ever, like the Book of Boba Fett. Fuck, that show is garbage. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Really love that quality, right? Trash. I didn't watch Mandalorian and Mandalorian because I'm not a 5-year-old kid. You guys watch that shit, so you guys said the first 2 seasons were pretty good. Sure. Then look what happened afterwards. You guys say season 3 stinks because they added fat bitch Lizzo. Good lord. And then we have the Acolyte. Well, we know how that turned out. Horrible. Completely bad. But I heard Disney loves LGBTQ people, but they can't just show full of them. Oh, great. What a great company that loves you people. I get away from you people too. You people are fucking weird as fuck. Good lord. Talking about sucking cock every day. Gay! But, you know, I just love the hypocrisy. And these same people will suck off Disney every single chance they get for free access to the premieres and all that shit. You know, like that Star Wars Explained cuck couple. That fucking dude married to that Molly chick. He dresses up in a Leia cosplay and she pegs him. You can tell he gets pegged. Open them ass cheeks up, boy. Get them cheeks clapped. Because she's the man in that relationship. And they literally will not criticize Star Wars in a certain way. If you criticize Star Wars your way, you're a bigot, racist, misogynist, homophobe, neo-Nazi, every word in the book. But if they criticize Star Wars, not just with those fucking weird, retarded idiots, it's righteous and justice, and we understand the media better because we're not illiterate media watchers like you Nazi bigots. And it's like, all right, who the hell invited you to this fandom? You know, I admit I came late to the game, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know more than people that have been here before me. I'm not that egotistical of a maniac, you know? It's just like Star Wars fandom is also split. There's actually people that actually like the Disney stuff. I don't even know what shit you've ever consumed in life to think that's good. But hey, it's your opinion. We'll have opinions. It's okay if you like it. But I'm just telling you that shit is complete dookie ass. But then again, isn't George Lucas married to a black lady, honestly?
I think so.
Oh God, Els.
His recent wife?
His recent wife is black. I think so, right?
Okay.
Okay, he went to the chocolate side. See, once George went black, get it? No?
He
Okay.
never comes back.
He's not coming back. That shit, she got that gorilla grip, actually. Fucking hell. So, George Lucas candidly addresses giving up Star Wars full creative control to Disney 13 years later. George Lucas has candidly addressed giving up creative control of the Star Wars franchise after selling it to Disney 13 years ago, having crafted 6 industry-altering Star Wars movies between the late 1970s and the early 2000s. George Lucas sold the rights to the Star Wars brand for a whopping $4 billion in 2012. Also, if you look at that, half of that, from what I remember, is shares too, or like equity in the company as well.
Yeah,
So
he got stake in
Yeah.
Disney, so it's more than that.
Yeah.
Also, him saying, "Oh, I gave up my kids. I sold my kids." Why are you crying about it? Why are you calling them your kids? You didn't give a shit about them.
Yeah, he left the franchise after the prequels were getting shitted on, and they rightfully did. You know, it's fine if you like the prequels. I don't care about that. But to say that they're good movies, even if there's your opinion, which is fine, just don't think they're that good. I think the only good Star Wars to me is the first 3 movies. Those prequel movies, outside of the Revenge of the Sith, guilty pleasure of mine, are not good either. The people said, but the prequels are better than Disney stuff. That is like comparing Precious taking a dump in your mouth and Lizzo taking a dump in your mouth. Both are piles of shit. Just think, you know, one just probably tastes worse. I'm gonna throw up. That's disgusting. I'm gonna die. Fuck.
I love how this video is just mostly the 4 of us reacting in shock and in confusion while you just rant and say horrible things.
Allegedly.
I mean, that's what you came up with?
Allegedly. But no, he didn't get $4 billion in cash, everyone. He got $2 billion, which is he got $2 billion in cash for Star Wars. It feels like that shit should be valued way higher than what he got for it. But you know, if he's happy with how much money he got, sure, whatever, I guess.
Like, he doesn't have to work ever again. So
Ever.
to George Lucas, that's a win for him, especially at his age. He's 70-something years old. You know, he doesn't have to work anymore. If he wants to, he wants to. In the end, he won in some way.
Well, he still has ILM, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he still operates ILM, and he's still in the business doing stuff if he chooses to.
Since then, the response to Disney's interpretation of Star Wars, which includes animated series, a theatrical sequel trilogy, numerous Disney Plus live action shows, and a sweeping transmedia publishing initiative, has been decidedly mixed. I would say it's mostly negatively received. Like, it's so negatively received, toys don't sell. People have just like apathy, unless you're talking to some straight up Disney literal cocksucker, like where it's to their esophagus, like some of those porn stars. Literally, nobody talks about Star Wars good. I would even go as far as to say it's not even in nerd conversations as much anymore. It's just faded out. It's just apathy. You look back on it with fond memories and go, you know what? It's like, remember the Chris Claremont X-Men run where people say, after Claremont stopped writing it, I'm done. Yeah, because that's when shit's probably becoming good. That's how it works for a lot of things. While some productions, such as the Emmy-winning Andor, have been well received. I want you guys to understand, 1 out of 9 is not a good thing. If you scored 1 out of 9 on a test, that shit's an F. Just pointing out. Because then people say, but there's one show I like out of these 10. That's terrible. That's actually horrible. Thank you. That's even worse when you bring it up in context, honestly. Like Solo, A Star Wars Story, have been criticized for diluting the franchise's cultural standing amid ballooning budgets. Even so, Disney's controversial handling of Star Wars has not changed Lucas's reasons for selling or how he viewed his role within the franchise afterward. Oh, good Lord. Can we hear this bullshit? In a new feature for the Wall Street Journal, in which Lucas and his wife, noted business executive Melody Hobson, discussed their ambitions for the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. He's building a museum. Oh, Lord. Who the fuck visits that shit anymore? The Star Wars mastermind was asked if he'd let go of his instinct to manage Star Wars. Lucas's response was simple. Quote, this is what he said. Disney took it over and they gave it their vision. That's what happens. Of course, I've moved past it. I mean, I've got a life. I'm building a museum. A museum is harder than making movies. God damn, fuck. Damn. Holy shit. To be fair, George, your franchise was always for losers. If you did Star Wars marathons, you weren't getting no girls. Okay? Just point it out there. You know? Your franchise was always for losers. But then again, you didn't make them, so I got to give you G credit for that one. You know? But all jokes aside, he basically said it right here. That's their vision, not his. Because there's a lot of interviews where he says what he would have did with another trilogy or whatever. So, yeah, that's for sure Disney's vision. He don't claim Rey. No one claiming that girl. She's for the streets. Holy shit. In 2024, at the Cannes Film Festival, Lucas explained his reasoning for selling Star Wars to Disney. Having recognized the impending impact of streaming on the theatrical industry, Lucas felt that it was time for him to retire and focus on other pursuits. Quote, streaming is really powerful and it's great. It really upped the movie business because the theatrical movie business, we could see the problems and it was not good. So everybody was looking to save it, but nobody knew streaming would. Lucas told French outlet Brut at the time. Has streaming really saved anything?
No, it has not. Because if you look at it, the freaking the funds coming into movie theaters is going down since streaming came along. That was back in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, when streaming
nobody's going to the movies anymore. Everybody's rather sit home and just watch it. Wait, you're gonna wait 30 days later or whatever. What Superman came out 30 days later on.
Crazy, right? It was only in theaters for like 3.5 weeks. Insane.
Yeah. It's like, why the hell am I going to spend $20 or $15 on a ticket when I can just watch it at home?
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where streaming before never really had that big of an impact. After the virus period, it just went to a point where people just wait for a movie on streaming. That's just how it is, because they taught the audience to feel that way. They told the audience, you know what? You could just wait to get our biggest movies if you just wait long enough. And if you give people that option, they're just going to wait. That's how it was. There's a lot of different ways you could look at it, but I will say this specifically is streaming. I don't know if it changed. I think it changed the game, but I don't know if it changed the game for good. Like, Patty Jenkins got a lot of flack for this before Wonder Woman 1984 came out, which is a horrible movie. But she said streaming movies feel like a ghost town. I never hear about them. What streaming movie really has impacted anything? Like, I'm talking like straight up impacted the way people see movies or talk about them, because to get them, it's already barred by a paywall. And there's so many streaming movies that come out direct to streaming. You don't hear about these movies. Like, there's a few that step out, Bright and like the one with Sandra Bullock, that Bird one or whatever it's fucking called. There's some stuff. I'm not saying there's been nothing, but this overall like fear that streaming has really did something. It's did something in the opposite way. It's just kind of made it, would say decentralized. No, that'd be the wrong word. It'd be more like it's had actually a negative impact on the industry.
Well, I remember the time when summer movies came out and you had to wait to rent a movie
right.
Like in the fall, and then like in November they would come out to buy on VHS or DVD or whatever, and it was anticipated like, oh, I want to get this movie, I want to rent this movie, or blah blah blah. And that's what they should have did with streaming. You TV shows is different. Do your TV shows or whatever.
Yeah.
But with these movies, follow the same blueprint you did back in the day. Bring it out to rent, and then you be able to buy it.
It was even proven statistically that if people go and watch a movie in the theater, there's a more likely chance they'll want to view it on streaming. Keep on, the advertising for streaming just also isn't there either. Like, I get there's Twitter, there's social media, but they've never actually marketed a lot of the movies in an effective way to make you want to go see them. Like, Netflix does their Netflix Geek thing where they show off a lot of the new movies coming to Netflix. But outside of Netflix, who still is horrible at marketing their movies, there's a lot of streaming movies that have come out, some good, some bad, that you've never heard of, because streaming is kind of, I agree with Patty Jenkins said back in the day, just a ghost town. You don't hear about any of them. Even if they're very good, you'll never hear about them. The difference with a theater is that you have to travel out to a theater, go to it, money used in gas and concessions and all that stuff. There's an added memorable experience to it that makes you go, I remember this, because even the movie's bad, but you at least remember how bad it was because you paid your hard-earned money to see it. Streaming service is basically, well, everything's all open to you. So there's an endless cycle of content there. I guess that's good for the consumer, but nothing how it panned out.
And you're also right where when before streaming came along and you had the rentals, they used to say, oh, such and such movie, Blockbuster this summer, is out such and such to buy on such and such date. And that's the way they should do it for streaming. Like, this movie is out, and then like you advertise it well, and they don't advertise it. They just suspect people to be like, oh, this is on streaming, go ahead and buy it. You're part of my streaming service, kind of a thing.
And the commercials, the ads, like to hype something up, it's not like it used to be. Like this, you remember like the crazy commercials and trailers for certain movies and TV shows back in the day, like The Matrix, right? Everybody was talking about the fucking Matrix, even like me when I was younger, and I wasn't old enough to go watch a rated R movie.
Huge memorable
but I
impact.
knew about The Matrix. They parodied it in cartoons and in comic books and manga, anime. That's how big the Matrix franchise was at the time, and you don't even get that anymore, other than unless a company or Disney is paying somebody to parody their own shit, not because it's cool, but because they want to advertise their shit without saying it.
And another thing to add to your point is just with that one, like Star Wars left a profound, memorable impact on people because, as good or some bad as these movies are, you can go back and rewatch them and you'll have great fond memories of doing it. Now, is that nostalgia or actually holding up quality? Two different things, but it could matter for two different parties, obviously. Like, I remember there's been videos, a lot of them coming up, like, movies really aren't that memorable anymore. Like, even the best streaming movies, I'd argue, even less memorable. So I would agree, streaming has had a massive negative impact, more than good. I mean, it's only good for a consumer point of view. It's actually bad holistically for the entire business, I'd say. And that's when Netflix took off. And at that point, I said, I don't know what this is going to be. There's going to be a giant transition in the business. I don't know that much about it. And I sold the company and I retired. Lucas continued. Given the controversy and online chatter surrounding Disney Star Wars output, it's easy to forget that Lucas's own prequel movies were highly criticized at the time of their release. Yeah, they were, because they weren't good. And for years afterwards, the vitriol endured by the cast, crew, and Lucas, especially in the wake of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, was just as charged as what Star Wars is experiencing today. It's only recently that the public has begun to reevaluate Lucas's and everyone's work on the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Yeah, that's because the other movies were so extremely bad. The other bad ones look good in hindsight. Fucking hell, yes. It's like that girl you used to date, and you're like, man, she blew me pretty good. But the other one, no, yeah, maybe I was missing out here, Bob's like, MSK, I agree with you. Fist bump, bro. Helped in part by Disney's exploration of that era of the new Star Wars timeline. Now, though, George Lucas is focused on an even bigger goal. The Lucas Museum, due to no one's gonna fucking go to that shit. So, I mean, people will. He's a very very big name.
I just realized something because this has to do with Star Wars. You know the One Piece crossover in Japan with the Star Wars. That was negatively received over there, right? That's why it's lost media. They say, "Oh no, we just lost it because we weren't able to keep it organized." No, it was the Japanese people didn't like it because they felt like it was a shill product. They were like Disney paid them money to advertise this horse shit.
Well,
and it wasn't good.
Star Wars has seen better days. Let's just say that. And by better days, I mean those were days before I was even conceived as a human being, which is fucking insane to think about at this point.
The good old days.
The only way that you could save Star Wars is you have to reboot it. You have to keep it on ice for a couple of years, not too long where everybody forgets it, but like a sweet spot. Like wait 10 years, wait 5 to 10 years, bring it back, get people that actually care about Star Wars or loves the idea of caring about it, and not get people who have their own agendas like Kathleen Kennedy or anybody that's in that bubble.
Yeah.
That believe that bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's like I was saying earlier in King Style, you said it again that, you have to take time. And you kind of alluded to this. You have to come back with a fresh set of eyes. You got to cut out the cancer. Right now, it's been infected by a cancer. And with a patient who has cancer, you don't cut part of it out and leave it there. You got to get rid of all of it. And that's essentially what you have to do here. You got to get rid of every single person involved with creative, period. Every single one of them. And you got to actually bring in people that care about the brand.
Yeah. And this is at this point where I remember there was a Kathleen Kennedy interview where she was mentioning shit like we're hiring a lot of women and women in more positions of power, like executive position. It's like, why is that the criteria? Just because they're women, qualified for the job, knew about the media? Does that matter? No, just because they're women. It's like, oh my God, fucking hell.
It shouldn't matter what your gender is. If you could do the job, then good for you. If not, then
she even went out of her way. Remember in that interview when she said, no, I have more men that call me to do Star Wars projects than women. Yeah, because
it's a man's brand. Yeah, it's
a man's brand. I fucking wonder why. And she was like, but I give women the jobs, and it's fuck. You can't save her. I get it. Maybe Bob has screwed her over, and she's taken the backlash for it. Maybe. And I would argue on some things probably, but not everything. There's just she's literally the president. And keep in mind, if Bob Iger is the person that's also screwing over Star Wars, well, he should be probably gone too. But
yeah, everybody that's involved in that should be gone. Even Bob Iger, he needs to go.
Because if the rumors are saying, well, it's his fault, a lot of the better stuff we could have got was slashed. It's like, why was Kathleen? So either Kathleen Kennedy has no agency, no power in a position, or she is just the person that isn't the fall person because someone else did it. And keep in mind, both of them probably don't want to take responsibility for how bad the brand has gotten. So obviously she would hot potato off the criticism to him. Obviously she would do that.
That's corporate 101, dude. Whenever or business 101. Whenever you do something good and somebody whenever you or somebody else, mostly somebody else,
right?
Say the big honcho is like, and the underling does something great, they want to steal the credit and take it for themselves.
Right.
When something bad happens, they'll blame somebody else for their own mistakes.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's sitting here saying that she's hiring women in positions, in executive positions specifically, herself. She didn't mention Bob Iger in that because I just don't know. Like, okay, so he probably did tell her no on some things. Guarantee it's probably happened, but there's no way he told her no on everything. Also, he wasn't even there for some of that stuff because Bob Chapek was there as well at a certain point.
But he still was behind the scenes.
Yeah,
he
but Bob
true.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, DK. Bob Iger, I gotta say Iger and Chapek because there's too many Bobs. But like Iger was there. He was a consultant at the company. He didn't fully leave Disney, quote unquote.
Yeah.
He was like DK said, was behind the scenes. He didn't fully leave yet. And that's how he was able to get his job back by screwing over Chapek. So
basically what we're saying is Star Wars was in a better state before Disney bought it.
Yes.
And maybe Disney needs to let Star Wars go.
Who was going to buy it though? Who pays that? Who pays for Star Wars?
I'm pretty sure any company that wants to make a quick buck, like
they'll get it.
They'll get it. They'll spend it.
So if Disney bought it for $4 billion, they're not selling it for anything less than like $10 billion. Who's got $10 billion in capital?
They're not gonna. No, they're gonna have to sell it for less. They ain't gonna.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious, man.
They're gonna lose money on it.
They're probably gonna. Somebody might buy it for $1 billion, maybe 900 million or 800 million.
But I don't think they sell it. I think there's still too much money to be made off just the original trilogy alone. So I just don't see them giving that up.
Because imagine Netflix buys it, right? And then they buy Warner Brothers. Think about it. Warner Brothers did they did the Clone Wars cartoons, the Genndy one and the one that eventually Disney acquired for the last season. It's technically under the Disney brand. But Warner Brothers worked on that. Cartoon Network worked on that. So it'd go back to full circle in a way.
Yeah. So we'll see the future of Star Wars as it plays out. Even the comic books don't sell. Like even if they flip Star Wars #1, what the usual Marvel #1 bullshit. Even if they put Star Wars #1 on a book and it's Han, Luke, and Leia on the cover, that shit don't sell. It sells for like one book, and that shit craters. Actually,
what they did wrong was going away from the books that were created after the original trilogy. And they came up with their own little ideas. Same thing what Marvel did, and they put their little own agendas in there instead of going with the stories they had that were absolute money makers because you have to nerd them. They were going to buy it, and they decided to do their own thing to build their little.
Like there's literally a comic book storyline set after the original trilogy.
The novels, the novels, and the video game storylines that could be in the same vein. Like, don't get me wrong, the Knights of the Old Republic, those two games, they're good, and even some of the elements of the Force Unleashed, right? Galen Merrick or Starkiller. That's a cool idea of a prequel of a Sith Padawan, right? Of Starkiller. That'd be a cool storyline. And the guy, the reason why they used that guy's likeness is because in real life, that's what he looks like. Imagine him in a live action movie or TV show. You could have made money on that. A side story of Vader in a prequel before he died. He has his Padawan doing his orders, doing his bidding. That would have been a cool idea. And then he turns into a hero at the end. But, Disney doesn't want to make money unless it's their way.
Yep. Disney Star Wars sucks, and that's what happens when you have sex with your mom and dad. That creates that garbage. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you've not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swagging, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. All right. Warren, he had to go. He's going to do his own stream at like 9 o'clock. He's going to stream like Arkham Origins Part 3 playthrough. He's going to do a game stream, and it's like, I'll say so. Even though fans will vehemently disagree with each other about what movies are the best and creative decisions and books and on video games and all that stuff, the fans are not to be blamed at all. Except the really crazy retarded ones. And they're really fans. I think those people are just shills for Disney. That's all it really is, honestly. You know?
Well, dude, there's a lot of people on YouTube, and I know for a fact that a lot of them, like you said, Star Wars Explain and other people, that they will, dude, they want to get the gift bags, man. They want to get
gift bags, those legendary gift bags,
those fucking $1,000 or almost $900 worth of goodies from Disney, and to give positive reviews and go to Disneyland or Disney World for free.
That's how much people sell out now for a gift bag.
A gift bag, free food, a free trip to Disneyland or Disney World.
You can kiss Bob Iger's feet at the premiere.
Yeah. And all you have to say is this movie was good when it wasn't.
Kathleen Kennedy will give you some nice sloppy head if you say that Mandalorian and Grogu was good.
It's sad, but it's true. No. Like, this is how the entertainment industry has always worked, man. Like, Disney isn't the first people to do this.
And I always find it hilarious now that Star Wars Theory has more subscribers on his YouTube channel than the main Star Wars YouTube channel. That should tell you about how badly this franchise like, YouTube is the easiest way to reach people these days. Star Wars Theory, you can look this up. Star Wars Theory has more subscribers on his YouTube channel than the main Star Wars YouTube channel. Insane.
They made a Star Wars hotel, and it was so bad that they had to gut it and turn it into a fucking. And they had to turn it into an office for Disney World.
$300 for a day.
Well, the problem with that was they did it based on the raid genre, and people were like, "You spend that amount of money, you want the original trilogy atmosphere," and nobody was feeling, like you said, that those movies suck. So it's like you're spending $300 a day, you're spending all these crazy amounts. And it was ridiculous.
And not only that, but they should have made the hotel prices really affordable.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like $1,000?
Yeah, and I'm like, no, dude. You have to make it affordable for everybody. That way, if somebody that doesn't even like Star Wars can just go, oh, this hotel is decently priced. I could sleep here for the night. It looks weird as fuck, but who cares? It's cheap.
It's also crazy they should have done. Online, these fucking losers will be like, man, I love the Rey trilogy. Yeah, meanwhile, that nobody buys those Rey toys. I go to your Target and Walmart after the show in a few days. See the Star Wars section. Those are the same toys that have been there since 2015. That shit ain't selling. These people say that they love these franchises and they don't buy the merchandise. They want to give that shit to their kids. Buy a Rey toy for your little girl on Christmas. You won't. That shit is $2. You won't even spend $2 on that shit.
Buy a Finn toy for your boy.
I'd rather buy one of those paddles with the rubber ball. You know,
that's entertaining. That would give me more entertainment.
The old water thing where you push the buttons and the thing goes into the hoop.
Oh God, man!
It's not worth it, and it's sad, but that's Disney. They didn't care. They thought, oh, if we do it our way and we ignore our fans and the older employees or George Lucas, we can make money. No, Vader always makes money, man.
Yeah, there's Vader Marvel omnibuses that I even have, and like Star Wars. The only thing I really buy of Star Wars is like comic books, and that's pretty much just older stuff that I don't even own. So that's literally all my connection to Star Wars is at this point, just buying comic book format of it.
And that would be a moneymaker doing a Vader series. Like if they did a Vader, like rated R Vader series where he was from Return of the when he became Vader.
Yeah, after Revenge of the Sith. After Revenge of the Sith,
yeah, that would be Disney Plus would go off the rails if they did it right.
Yeah, and imagine you do a scene where him and Darth Maul fought each other.
Right.
That would have been the Shangri-La, as you call it, right? It would have been up there.
Hey,
you
Bob,
have him kill him.
DK Bones in chat.
Oh, hey, Walter.
What's up, Walter?
He just purposefully doesn't mention me. It's okay. It's okay. I know I'm the star of the show. It's all good. It's all good, Walter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna kill Darth Maul, right? Have Darth Vader do it.
Vader do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
because it shows that he was like, he's the future.
Oh, Bob. Man, too many
Yeah.
Bobs these night. Bob Chapek, Bob. I fucking hell, Bob. God. Why can't you be like a Juanito or a Fernando or something? God damn.
Yeah, that's why I had to say Chapek and Iger earlier, because there was so many like Bobs, man.
So, you got any movies you're gonna be watching? I got
there wasn't really
nothing.
anything that interested me coming out this
Nothing, right?
week, but
Oh.
I am going to go see the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future.
Well, that comes out this week, right?
Yeah, this week. That I'm looking forward to, because Back to the Future to me is one of the few films that I would consider either a perfect movie or near perfect movie.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to going to see that.
I agree with that, Bob, in the sense, like, the only movie in the trilogy that I didn't like was the third one, because it just, why a Western? I don't know.
I
still liked it because
I didn't hate it, but I'm like, it could have been a little bit better.
I understand why people it didn't click with everybody, but I still liked it. Mad Dog Ted, and I loved him.
Like, I didn't look. Here's the thing. It like, it's still it's still okay, right? But I just thought it could have been a little bit better.
Okay, so we
A
have
little bit.
Okay, so Tron Ares, that ain't making no money. No one watched that garbage. No one watched that shit. You have Truth and Reason. Then you have we have Pets on a Train, which is, keep in mind, these kids movies are about to be that should be on streaming in like 4 weeks. That ain't worth the
But then the next month is Zootopia, so
yeah, Black Phone
Zootopia
2.
too.
I watched the first Black Phone movie. I liked the first one. I thought it was good.
Why did they had to make it like a Freddy Krueger ripoff? Like, dude, you couldn't have done it in the first movie, because it didn't seem that supernatural. I thought it was like a hallucination from the boy's perspective, because
that's what I thought too.
When it's trauma, because when you're getting tortured like that at a young age, it's like you're gonna rationalize things, or you're gonna interpret things to get your so to basically motivate yourself. Like, those spirits, those are just his mind telling him, look, you got to get out of here, man. You got to find a way to escape.
There's this movie called Regretting You, and I know when I say it on this show, that's gonna have the irony of me saying those words. A movie called Regretting You. What is this? It's some sort of like teen romance drama movie.
I don't know.
It's based off a best-selling book by what the hell? Based on the best-selling book Regretting You, introduces audiences to Morgan Grant and her daughter Clara. What the fuck?
Oh, speaking of,
this is the same person who wrote the It Ends With Us series that had the Blake Lively movie. Yeah, good lord, Blake Lively was getting ass pounded in that movie, taking it all in their fucking cheeks.
Dude, Blake Lively is probably going to star in this movie too, because knowing her, because I think like that movie was Justin Baldoni.
Yeah,
he's gonna be fighting for that in court, and he's like, I ain't giving the rights up to this. I bought it, so she's gonna get the other one. That's probably why the author of both stories, they're making this one so that way Blake can say, no, I'm gonna take ownership of this, because her husband, Ryan Reynolds, wants her to be like him, owning an IP and controlling it.
This is the same shit this lady writes. Read the description. Morgan Grant and her 16-year-old daughter Clara would like nothing more than to be nothing alike. Morgan is determined to prevent her daughter from making the same mistakes she did by getting pregnant and married too young. Morgan put her own dreams on hold. Clara doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps. And the other movies about domestic violence. Good lord, this lady got trauma out the ass. Good lord.
Oh yeah, did you
dumping her books?
Dude, did you hear that like Jim Carrey is gonna do a Jetsons movie?
Well, I heard about the Jetsons, but I heard that
I hear about it too. Yeah.
I heard about the director from Mask is trying to get him to play Freddy Krueger.
Good lord.
How crazy that. Yeah, but then because then it'd be more of a comedy movie. You'd have to have him be saying like the most fucking crazy, outlandish things.
Well, you did see the latter Nightmare movies. I mean, they practically were comedies.
Yeah, they were, but
Freddy you had Freddy as the witch from Wizard of Oz at one point, and Freddy's dead.
Theater showtimes. We got what else is it? Fucking the Chainsaw Man movie that came out.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man.
And my theater's gonna have a Twilight re-release.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, isn't it like 10 years since the original movie came out? So it probably makes sense that they're.
Good lord! Hey, Twilight, the gayest movie you could ever watch with someone.
You know
watching that.
Oh god! So I got a funny story when it comes to Twilight. So I was actually at basic training in AIT at the time that the trailer
You're in the Navy.
out for that.
You're in the Navy.
No, I was in the Army,
Okay.
and so I was at AIT at the time, and I went to a movie, and they showed the trailer for Twilight, and I had no knowledge of the books or anything like that. I was like, okay, it's a vampire movie. Yeah, this will be fine. Well, it was coming up time for my Thanksgiving leave, and my ex-wife at the time, or my wife at the time, she calls me and she's like, "Hey, when you come home for Thanksgiving, I want to see this movie Twilight." That should have been red flag number one, but it wasn't. And I was like, "Oh, cool! You want to see a vampire movie? Yeah, yeah. Let's go check it out." So that should have been red flag number one. Red flag number two should have been when I walked into the theater and there were nothing but women there. But again, it still wasn't registering with me. I finally realized that there was a problem when I was like 5-10 minutes into the movie when Robert Pattinson comes on the screen for the first time, and every woman in that audience, including my ex-wife, all went, "Edward." And when that happened, I was like, holy shit, what did I walk into?
Yeah, it was that was the problem with the Twilight movies. It was a chick flick vampire movie. Guys can't really go and watch it unless they want to get laid.
That's
like watching The Notebook.
Yeah, the same thing happened recently with the It Ends With Us movie with Blake Lively. At least, it's crazy because that movie had more people watching it than some of those DC and Marvel movies I went into. Literally, at least about 20 people, all women. I swear I was legit the only dude in there. You know, it's to my soul, though.
I was too. I went to see it because one of my coworkers had read the book and told me that I should review the movie when it comes out. And so I told her, okay, because you want me to do it, I'll go do it. And actually, I didn't think it was as bad as some of the other garbage that I saw that year. So, I mean, give me that one over some of the other stuff I've seen.
Yeah, and then the drama from that movie,
Yeah,
everybody knows that the drama from that movie is more known than the movie itself, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Lawsuits involved. Yeah, and then Ryan Reynolds showed his true colors. He is Deadpool in real life, but not in a good way. He showed his true self. You gotta love those moments because, just like I said before, when Vic Mignogna got canceled by Funimation and they accused him of being an abuser and all that shit, his coworkers showed their true colors. They showed themselves as being pieces of shit. And it's sad.
I remember when that happened.
Well, same thing with James Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah, James. Good Lord. He's just been digging his own grave recently. It's actually fascinating to see. It's crazy because I had hope. I think the signing was fine because of his resume and what he did. But then he was like, "Oh, I just become insane." All right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He better hopes to God that like his contract is ironclad. Like they can't fire him if a company buys him out.
Mm-hmm.
He better hope that like as long as it's by performance, and if he does good, he gets to keep his job. If he doesn't, they have to buy him out of his contract.
Right.
Good Lord.
I think he'll be fine. I mean, maybe not with Warner's, but I think he'll be fine at the end of the day. I mean, even if his contract isn't ironclad and he gets canned, he'll make movies elsewhere. I mean, he's got too much of a good resume behind him.
But if he goes back to Disney, right?
Good,
if he goes back to Disney / Marvel Studios, right? It'd look like a demotion. So he wouldn't want that. His ego wouldn't take it well.
I don't think that's what he'll do. I think he'll end up just making other types of movies. I mean, there are other things that he can do. I mean, when I'm like you, when he got signed, I was excited about it. I actually liked Creature Commandos, and then Superman came out. I was disappointed in that. I did like season 1 of Peacemaker. I have not finished season 2 yet, so I can't give a good take on that one. I am looking forward to Lanterns. That's going to be the one that makes it or breaks it for me, though. If Lantern sucks, then I'm pretty sure it's going to be tough for me to be invested in it from that point on.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm with you about Lantern.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff done. Fucking work shit. Man, people are just so garbage these days. Holy mother of God. So we'll start with King Style. Do you have anything planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
Well, I'm going to be back on here Wednesday, I guess.
Yes,
depending
and
on the
you're gonna give me my
situation.
wife after you got done blowing her back out, right?
No, but if you want to think that,
I thought you were fun. You missed my
everything
joke.
could be fun, I guess. I'm also gonna do something with Sci-Fax on Saturday, and also do something with my friend Ken on Saturday as well. So that's about it. So, they're doing shows. So
All
that's
right.
about it, man.
Hell yeah. DK Bones, I guess tonight. Do you have anything planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
I started my James Bond videos, starting from Dr. No all the way to No Time to Die, and I'll be dropping those throughout the month. Friday I'll be with Rockefeller and Sci-Fax on their stream, and I'll drop a stream when I can, time permitting. But
all right, Bob Loves Movies. Do you have anything planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about?
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a review of Back to the Future out on Friday. Again, it's going to be my first time seeing it on the big screen, so I'm looking forward to that. And then on my other channel, on Dad's Turn to Talk, we got a Halloween edition. Some fun things planned for that. We will have a guest on, and we are going to be reviewing the movie Halloween from 1978, the original. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good movie. I like that movie a lot. Damn. So speaking of these women that have been messaging me these past couple of days, it's been crazy. Women are fucking insane. So, what do I plan coming up? So tomorrow I did have a one-on-one plan with Left Eye Ego, but due to some work shit, it's probably not going to happen. Most likely, we're going to have the Cloud9 podcast, most likely, but given what's going to happen at work, probably not. So I'll probably just end up like game streaming tomorrow. I gotta tell Chaz and Left Eye, which puts another nail in the coffin to doing stuff actually here. And then Wednesday we have the MSK show around 8 p.m. PST, generally 8 or 8:30 p.m. PST, and we'll be talking about Warner Brothers is up for sale. So that'll be the topic for Wednesday's show. So let me just make sure you guys know this. So potentially I'm not going to have the Cloud9 podcast tomorrow, and the one-on-one with Left Eye Ego is not going to happen because of work. So we'll most likely just have game streams. I'll probably just play League of Legends, actually. And after Wednesday is over, Thursday I work, so I'll just play League, later in the night, actually. Or I could put the Cloud9 podcast Thursday. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And then Friday I have it off, so I will do some streams to make up for Tuesday having some missed. So yeah, it was great having DK on the first time. It's cool. Can't wait to come back again. Probably be like my dad. Probably won't see you here until like episode 499 or some shit.
No, I'll be around, man. Like I'll shoot you a text.
Yeah, DK is a good dude, man.
He's white black. See, it was dark black. I'd be like, oh God, crazy. Dated white women. So that means he knows how the game works. Actually, great show, Bob and King Style. It was great having you on, DK. Oh God, no credit to me. Why do I get no credit? Actually, I'm the one who schedules all this fucking shit. But
I mean,
God, crazy.
I think we know why.
Oh no. Given what just happened, I have to triple up on shows the following week. Oh my God. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I have the tools to cope with whatever life throws at me. But, we are closing in on hitting episode 350 very soon. Maybe we'll do do like an interim kind of special. Then no, we're not. We're celebrating at 500. That's when it happens again for the next big milestone. I'm setting up all these guests, all these one-on-ones, and then work is like, can you come into work? No, you can lick my butthole. How about you do that? How about you just put your tongue in my ass, dig me out or something, Diddy style. Like, fuck, man.
I don't think anybody would want that.
Man, dude, you haven't seen these girls in my DMs lately. They've been trying to destroy me, heterosexually.
Yeah, but you said Diddy, and I don't think any dude would want that unless they're into that shit.
Oh my god, man. Utterly ridiculous.
MSK, you don't disappoint. I mean, you always meet expectations.
I try to actually over exceed them too. Like sometimes I'm thinking like, okay, the bar is here. I'm gonna over exceed this bar by leapfrogging over it straight into a freaking pool of seawater.
Actually,
Water.
I think you were kind of crawling under the bar.
Oh god, no, but DK has a YouTube channel. Go and subscribe over there. I think you're about to hit 100 subs or something like that, right?
I'm below 100 right now, bro.
That's how the game works over here. Gotta.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do anymore. People said, "How do you grow?" You don't. You don't. You just upload endless content until your brain just fries out, and you're like, "Get off." These kids, get off my lawn. No. At some point when you're on the show, you'll have a viral moment because I'm here, and that'll get you like 1 million subs. That's how it'll work. Well, that's how the cookie crumbles. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show. Any of the scheduled streams, I have to go and readjust right now because of work. So just look forward to what I got coming up in the next couple of days, and you will be happy. So we'll see you guys later. You guys have a great night, everyone.